Graduate School YouTube channel. My name is Ebenezer, and in today's video I'm going to talk about student loans, and specifically I'm going to talk about MPower financing. So in this video I'm going to cover how to check your eligibility criteria for MPower loans as an international student if you want to study in Canada or the United States, how you can check your eligibility criteria for an MPower loan, how to check whether your school qualifies for MPower funding, and then also the requirement needed to apply for MPower loan. And then also I'll continue, we'll look at the loan amount you can receive, and then also the interest per annum. And then finally I will give you my honest opinion on why not to apply for MPower loan as an international student. So without wasting much time, let's dive in. So when you go to Google, then you just type MPower. You type MPower, and then you scroll down. When you scroll down, this is how it shows: MPower financing. So you click on it. Now if you click on it, let's see, it says fund your education, live your dream. Okay, so let's look at some few numbers before we start what we have achieved together. So let's look at some statistics here. So the application for the MPower is 100% digital. You have to apply through online. It's an online process. They've funded about 25,000 plus international students, and then also about 150 plus countries are eligible. These students that they have funded are from about 150 plus countries. Now eligible US and Canadian schools are about 50 plus. So not all the universities in Canada or the US qualify. Okay, if you are admitted, not all the students, not all the schools qualify for the MPower. Okay, MPower does not give, they give it to some, they give it to students who are admitted to some specific universities. So the MPower does not cover all the universities in the US or Canada. So you have to take note of that. Now they have 91% students say MPower loan was instrumental in their ability to study abroad. That's from their statistics. Also 45% of customers are first generation college students. So a first generation college student means that they are the first in their family to attend the college. Okay, all right, now I want us to watch this short video.
MPower is a lender that focuses on students that are high potential, they're highly employable, but left out of traditional financing options. We go beyond banks and reach out to individual investors, reach out to institutional players, foundations, in order to increase the pool of funds available to students. 2, we use a very different credit algorithm that looks at the student's future versus their lack of credit history. And 3, we partner directly with schools in order to lower the cost of servicing the students and be able to reach them quicker and right when they actually have the need. I was an international student from France myself, and then frankly just struggled to get financing. I was doing well at school, I was getting good grades, but what I found is I was left out of the federal government lending to me, which made sense, but no banks were willing to lend to me. That made less sense. Then my sister came over 12 years later and faced the same challenge. She wasn't even able to get an apartment without a co-signer, and that launched me into MPower financing full time. In the traditional credit system, it's really based on how rich your parents were or where they were from. So we're saying, well, none of this matters. What matters is really your own future, your own decisions. And if you're on track to become the next nurse or the next engineer or the next Nobel Prize winner, we want to be able to recognize that and really finance your education. We're really focused on the underserved, the people that don't have a credit record but they have a bright future ahead of them. Maybe somewhere the cure for cancer or AIDS is actually sitting in a child that does not have access to financing. We're there to fight that.
Great. So that's like a testimony by an applicant or a recipient of MPower loan. Okay, so now how do you check for your eligibility? How do you check for your eligibility criteria? So you come to this get a loan, you come to this side. First of all, you have to check. By checking your eligibility, you have to come to learn more. You click on learn more and then you scroll down. Learn more, you scroll down, you see the first one. It says low rate, high limit. The total amount, the total amount you can receive when you apply for MPower, depending on how much you need, you can be given ranging from 2,000 to 100,000 US dollars. It ranges from 2,000 to 100,000 US dollars, and then it is a fixed competitive rate that never increases. The rate is fixed per annum, so per year you pay 10%, and then the application fast, simple, and then you don't need a guarantor or a co-signer. Now the next one, if you look here, loan that works for you, instant conditional offer, no repayment fees, accepted at 50 plus US and Canadian schools. Benefits, okay, benefit that sets you up for success. So the other benefits here, free visa support letter. So if you're an international student and you want to apply for visa, they can write, if you qualify for their loans, they can write a support letter for you. Free job tools, they can help you with your ship your CV or your resume for you as well. Now, how do you check for eligibility? How do you check for your eligibility criteria? So to check for your eligibility, first of all, you come to are you eligible? When you scroll down, you come to are you eligible? Then you click check eligibility. You click on this. Okay. Now over here, what you do is that you have to key in your name. You key in your name, okay, and then your first name, your last name, and then your email address. Then all you need to do is to click next. You click on next, and then you key in all the information you need. You continue in that process, and if you are eligible, they will tell you. If you are not eligible, they will let you know. Okay, now before you apply for MPower, you have to first of all be admitted to a Canadian university or a university in the US. Okay, an accredited university in the US or a Canadian university. And you have to, if you are admitted and let's say you don't have funding, you have to, and you want to apply for MPower loan, then you have to check your eligibility criteria looking at this. When you enter your details and everything, they will let you know whether you are eligible or not. Now let me go back. Now, how do you check whether the program, okay? How do you check whether your program, the school that you have been admitted to, they actually, how do you call it? The school that you have been admitted to, whether MPower actually supports students in that university. Okay, so how do you check your school? So you come to schools we support. If you go to get a loan, if you go to get a loan, the get a loan button, okay, then you come to schools we support. You click on it. All right, schools we support. Then you click on find my school. So you click on it. Then just key in the university. So let's say if your University of Washington University in, let's say, in St. Louis. So just type Washington University and then you click on it. Okay, so you see here Washington University. So for this one, it means that they support admitted students at Washington University in St. Louis. Okay, so you can see it here. Any school that you want, just go to that menu, and then you key in the university, any university you can key in. Let's say you have been admitted to Harvard University, you just key in Harvard University, just key in Harvard University, just key in and you search, you see Harvard is here, Harvard University is here. It's in Massachusetts, so it means that all admitted students at Harvard University qualify for MPower loan. All right. Now I've spoken about how to check your program, how to check your eligibility, and then also the loan amount. We've spoken about the loan amount. It is 10%. Any amount that you take per year, you pay an interest rate of 10%. Okay, so you have to check all those and then see. Now, before I end this video, so that's it about MPower loan. MPower loan supports students. Okay, MPower loan support or fund students that are accepted into a Canadian university. They support students whether you are admitted to a Canadian university or a university in the US. They support you. If you need a loan, they can support you. And then also, if you are already a student in the US or Canada, they can support you if you need a loan. Okay, now my take on, should you apply to for MPower loan as an international student? Should you apply for MPower loan as an international student? My answer will be a yes or no. I will only apply for MPower loan if my loan is something I could repay. Any loan that you are going for, make sure you be able to repay back, and my program will get me a job immediately after I graduate. Okay, any program, let's say you are going to study nursing and you think that after your nursing program or your doctorate program, you'll be able to get employment soon after your graduation, then you can go ahead and apply and make sure you are able to pay back. But if the program that you are going to study will not get you a job after your graduation, then I don't think it is advisable to apply for MPower loan. So that's just my take on it. So all is dependent on you whether to go for MPower loan or not. Okay, so as an international student, you have to be very tactical when you are dealing with student loan. Okay, so thank you for watching my video today, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.